Peace, 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 and the now the one. Peace. Peace in the now the one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Peace to you. Gratitude for you choosing Earth like you do. Gratitude for you being right. I know they've been coming in hot and heavy, haven't they? They've been coming in hot and heavy. Who are they? They've been coming in. I know they've been coming in hot and heavy, haven't they? They've been coming in hot and heavy. Who are they? They've been coming in hot and heavy. It's the energy. Let me turn my laptop on. This message is about to come through. I just got a phone call. You probably couldn't hear me for a second. That energy is coming through right now. Hold on, y'all. Come through. I just got a phone call. You probably couldn't hear me for a second. That energy is coming through right now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Yo. What's good, bro? I'll be right back, y'all. Y'all give me a second. Bear with me. It's the energy. Back again. Hold on one second, y'all. It was energy, man. I told you it's the energy. No, I just had to take care of something real quick. I got y'all. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Y'all ready? Of course you are. Like the live, share the live, give gifts only if you feel called to. Only if you feel called to. They've been coming hot and heavy. I remember, right? I thought I was going to get it. They've been coming in hot and heavy. It's been coming in hot and heavy. This is a very, 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 very powerful time on the planet. Energies are everywhere. They're always everywhere. But the way that you're feeling it now is completely different. It's completely different. The energy's everywhere. We're not worried about land masses. Zesh. We're not worried about land masses right now. We're talking about the consciousness that makes the land mass right now. We're talking about the energy that makes anything, whatever it is. That's what we're focused on right now. We're not focused on if the reality is a dome. If we're not worried about that right now. I'm speaking about the infinity of that in which we experience every day. The infinity of it. Right? Right? Exactly. That's exactly my point. With love, and this is all love. That's my point. All of it. All of it. All of it. What does he mean? Everything that seems to be external, it's not external. It's not external. It's not out there. That knowing brings a specific power to a human being. A power that is desired by everything within the reality, whether they know it or not. Some entities know. What do they know? They know that once consciousness turns on in human beings, that the energy that they were getting from those human beings ceases to exist. So they got to do whatever it is they can do to get your energy, to get you looking again, to get you observing again, to get you thinking again, to get you perceiving the reality that they wish to manifest again. Hear me. It's always been an internal happening. It's always been an internal happening. You're not hearing me. We keep coming on here. Both of us. We keep coming on here talking to each other in the illusion. The real world ain't got nothing to do with the world we know to be. It's right here. And then you just keep coming back. Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all, is this an illusion or what? Is this real? What am I? Who am I? Who's God? But it's always an inward ride that's happening. Even the contemplation of said God, the contemplation of the world, the contemplation of life, human beings, technology, nature, all of the contemplating is being done by you. You see other people that you perceive as they might be contemplating and thinking like me. But those are projections of you. Versions of your thought just externalized. But it's always inward. It's always happening right here. This is why you keep engaging with beings that match the vibration of your thoughts and feelings. You're just not aware of it in that moment until you reflect. Oh shit, that I was on some different vibe right there, so I attracted that thought in the physical form, in the form of a person, in the form of a circumstance or a situation. Only our awareness makes it real indeed. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. I'm assuming you're saying a virtual set-aside program? Indeed, a virtual program. I was just talking to my twin brother. I have a twin brother, if you guys don't know. I was just talking to him. Like the live, thank you guys so much. I was just talking to him, and we talk like this all the time. In the way that we feel within our personal incarnation, we have conversations that go like this. It was me and you the whole time. We're twins, so this is how we think of it. It was me and you the whole time. Every flash, every moment, it was like we just kept popping back into the room because we shared a room since we were children in this realm. We came together in this realm. So everything we know, we shared. So it was always the next moment, like butterfly effect, like you just got dropped here. Okay, what did you do within your realm? And it'll show when you get to the moment. Okay, what'd you do? You see it. You see me. Oh, I see you. I see the timeline you was traveling to get to this moment. But it's always been us doing it over and over and over. And then whoever else was in our sphere. Because from our perspective, the entirety of reality is pointing in on us from our perspective, right? Even down to the parents we were born into. This is what we've uncovered in our incarnation. It's the same for you, but you have to uncover it. We've uncovered it with each other because we're twins. So we came here at the same time in a linear way. Quick history lesson of me, this version. My father was a 5% nation inhabitant, I would call it. He was a part of the 5% nation, right? He was in a group called the Force MCs. It's a group from the early 80s, right? Okay. He was a hip hop legend is what they called him. His name is Pharaoh. Beautiful, right? So the 5% nation believed that they were God on earth. In a nutshell. Okay? In a nutshell. So he came to the planet. When he came to the planet, he vibrationally pulled in teachings that taught him the nature of reality. In that, whether he knew it or not, I'm pretty sure he did because he was very godly. He changed his DNA. He changed his DNA structure. Like we're doing now, at that time, linearly. Listen, he changed his DNA structure. He was very popular. The group, the Force MCs, turned into the Force MDs. Yeah. Songs like Tender Love, Love is a House. That's my family. My cousins and my father. Yeah. Don't talk about it much. But that's the reality that I come from. Okay? Hear me, I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. He changed his DNA structure. Okay? So once I died in the last life, linearly, and it was time for me to come back in, I needed to find the most higher vibratory being on the planet to jump in. Somebody that has changed their DNA. Because I know that the lessons that I've learned from the last one was enough, so I need a body that's going to be able to wake up quick. So I looked in and I said, oh, this guy, he's changed his DNA. This is the 70s and 80s. This guy was on this type of time. So by the time 1990 came, his DNA was completely changed already. So that's when I jumped in. And me and my twin brother, we jumped in to the avatars that you see. Okay? And that's just my little story of my timeline and how, it's all DNA. So your parents, it's either your parents passed down these traits that weren't favorable to your awakening, and you were so powerful that you broke the curse and then changed your DNA, or you jumped into a body where there was a parent who was already risen. They already knew. They're like, oh, I know my kids is going to be because I know what they're going to be, right? It's one or the other, right? Those who astral project might be able to affect the present, near present. There is only the now. Right, look, here we go. There is nothing else happening, but everything's happening right now. There's nothing else. This here, what's happening? Me and you are here. The house is here. Beyonce's here. Trump's here right now, not tomorrow. It's all right here. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The universe, it's right here. It's right here, all of it. All time, all space, all reality, it's here. It's not some far off, distant entity thing that you're going to be experiencing. It's right in front of you. That's why they say the answer is always in front of you. You only experience time as a linear construct, step by step, moment by moment, word by word, but you're always in the moment regardless. I'm in the moment. I'm still in the moment. I'm still in the moment. I'm still in the moment. You never leave. You only leave in mind. Now, from now, when you use mind with intent, with the vision that you wish to see on the screen of the now, you begin to see it First in a subtle way with what you call synchronicity, then a full-blown manifestation of that in which you wanted to experience. But that's all in the now. And you must claim it to be so now. You must claim yourself to be powerful now, rich now, abundant now. There is no other time to be it. You must be it now. And then you carry that vibration with you into the other nows. How could you be something that you're not feeling you are? It doesn't happen in the reverse. You don't be it to feel it, right? I don't have to manifest a car to feel like I got a car. In all reality, energetically, technically, I don't have to have a car to feel like I have a car. But ironically, the more I feel as if I have a car, eventually I get the car. You're following the prompts of the feelings. You're getting the impulses, the energies, the imaginations, and then you're following that. And that's just more in the step-by-step human way. But the imagination itself is the power. And the imagination happens right now. Listen to me. Within the now, hear me. Within the now is where you can imagine. 95, I would say 98% of the time, human beings are using their God-given imagination to imagine the most negative outcome or scenario. Oh, you use that imagination, whether you know it or not. You use it. You always use it. You just float off. And you're imagining, and you're usually imagining a bad outcome. When you're imagining that bad outcome, you're pulling in that timeline out of the ethers to be experienced here. Unfortunately for you, but fortunately for you, I say unfortunate because it's a lot of responsibility. Unfortunately for you, the fact that you're so hyper-focused on your particular incarnation, the actual mission that you have, which is a universal one, gets affected. I'm going to say it in a different way so you can really get what I'm saying. The you that you really are is a universal entity whose energy needs to go to universal happenings. Contemplating the universe, contemplating extra dimensional things, angels, earth, extraterrestrials. That's what your mission is to contemplate that type of energy, which is way beyond the human aspect of you or the story that the human's telling. Point is, the more you're enthralled in the human story and the actions the humans is doing and you doing, the less you're focused on the bigger picture of a universal happening, a multi-dimensional happening, a non-physical happening. And that's who you really are. But you're so focused on the personal. But this is what we call the matrix system that you can't see, but you can feel. You could see it, but it's like you can't see the bars in your own cell. Meaning, where is your energy being pulled on a daily basis in the now? Where's your energy being pulled? Are you focused? Are you listening? Or is your mind floating off into other distant galaxies or different distant timelines that are making you think about the bills, making you think about this, making you think about that, putting thoughts in your head about this? What is that? That's an energy from the outer world, which I told you was an illusion. That's the energy from the outer world's demands on your energy. Work, bills, friends, dad, life, all pulls on your energy. Not hearing me. But your energy is so potent and powerful that it's the energy. Yeah. It's the energy to the point where they can't not try to get it. They can't not try. They have to almost. The people in your life, the matrix, it's gonna happen. But you are, I don't even want to say protected because there ain't nothing for you to be protected from my perspective. Of course, there are psychic entities and things like that. But if you know who you are wielding the power of all that you are. So there's really nothing that can with you. And you're so sensitive to yourself. You're so sensitive to yourself. You can feel when something's trying. Even in the conversation. The way that you just said those words, the way that you put them together was trying to pull something from me. I got that instantly, as if we're not separate. So I knew that that's what you meant by what you said. So I'm going to react in the right way. I'm not going to react to that because you designed what you were about to say with intent to get me to react. And I just so happen to feel your intent because we're one. We're not separate. It's like we are both atoms. You are a big old atom and I'm a big old atom. Whatever happens to one atom simultaneously happens to the other atom. So whatever projection you're putting out, I instantly feel it as if it's inside of me because it is all in one in all. The universe is in everything and everywhere. So anything that you think you're trying to do that's or intention that you're trying to send, I already feel it. I felt it before you even sent it. Oh, you about to do this. Oh, they about to say this. Oh, they about to, oh, I feel that. I feel it coming. It's already in me. And the illusion of it is that you're just projecting it and acting it out and thinking it. But it already lives within me. So I already know. But that's all of us. It's not just me. It's all of us. We're one. There's no other thing to, you know what I'm saying? Peace to the now. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. I appreciate every single one of you. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Click the link in my bio. Subscribe to the YouTube. What else? www.amazon.com. Type in MoonManT if you would like the book. The Law of Group. I like that. Yeah. Thank you so much, son. Thank you so much. You have no idea. You are greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the gifts. I love and appreciate you. Can we meet in the astrals? Of course we can, with intent. But I would, it's a way. Who are you? What spirit are you? Not saying you're any spirit. But it wouldn't be smart of me to just intertangle with any type of energy, would it? Right. But it's all love. Of course it is. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being. www.amazon.com. Type in MoonManT if you want the first or the second book. I'm going to start reading the comments now. Y'all know how I'll be doing. I'll be going off. And then the book to the team and he said, you know what I'm saying? So I don't be really reading the comments too much. You wouldn't what? I wouldn't meet you in astrals. Oh, man, I love it. Yes. But yeah, game over. Game over. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Multi-dimensional beings. Indeed. And we'll just talk about that too. Man. Right here, right? So, those attuned to this particular frequency that feel like they can withstand the frequency that I'm emitting to reality. We are already in that. Right? I donated to you and received 50 back. Thank you so much. And why wouldn't you? Thank you so much. Yeah. 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 It's reciprocated heavily with love, for real, for real. And then it comes back. Why? It's a symbiotic relationship. It's a symbiotic relationship. Right? What does that mean? What does that mean? It's not what it seems to be. All of it, the bank accounts, the jobs, the things we do to get it, all of it. All of that is energy exerted. We're just exerting energy as opposed to letting it flow and being, me and my brother was just talking about this. The relationship we have with the material world, especially when it comes to money. We already believe that everything has its own separate existence from us. We believe that money has its own separate existence. People, the sun, all these things have their own separate existence apart from us, meaning they exist without us. That's what we believe. So we treat life that way. We treat people that way. We treat the object that way. We treat the money that way. It's separate from me. I must work to get it. I must this to get that and this to do that. But in all reality, there is no reality apart from you. So all that seems to be apart from you, that's the illusion. And you put yourself more into the illusion when you interact with your energy as if it's not your energy. It's so simple. It's so simple. Life is energy. We keep calling it God. We call it, or we have so many different names for it. We call it energy. We call it consciousness. We call it so many different names. And I think we get too bogged down by the names and the references and not realize that that one energy that is created the language to speak, created the mouth so the mouth can speak the language. It created all of it that is. And it's just that we have this brilliant, the mind and the human mechanism is the most powerful technology because it can be around all the wisdom and knowledge and energy and block it off and live a life of ignorance. And then then those blockers start to come off for some reason at some weird time in their lives. And they start to feel the energy of existence. Like, wow, I can feel you. I used to can't feel you. I used to be like, fuck you. But now I don't want to say that because I feel you and you're another human being too. Wow, we're connected. Oh shit, I'm open now. I'm not shut off and cut off from you because of what the Matrix did. Now I feel that we're connected. Now I'm living life that way. Now I'm starting to feel my connection to reality. Whoa, I'm intimately hooked into this. I'm not just some random being. None of this is random. How could this just be fucking random? Even if you look at how things are built so meticulously and absolutely perfectly down to the cells, to the DNA, to life itself, if you study it, the perfection within it, even nature itself and how it designs itself and the beauty of the flowers and the beauty of the swirls and patterns and geometrics, all those things imply some type of intelligence. Even if the intelligence is something that we can't see immediately. We see the results of the intelligence through ourselves, through the sun, through the moon, through life. We're like, this is intelligent. Whoever designed this must have been intelligent. And then we look at ourselves and we have that semblance of intelligence. It's in varying degrees, but the higher we get in intelligence, the more we realize I am that intelligence. Whatever intelligence designed the world that seems to be around me in the trees and I see the beauty and all that, it quite literally designed this thing intelligently. As a vessel to watch all the other intelligence that it created from itself. Peace, peace, peace in the now. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. We not waiting no more. Waiting, what are we waiting for? Waiting implies, and waiting kind of like invokes anxiety. There's nothing to wait for. There's nowhere that you're really going. You're always here rested in what we call God's lap, so to speak, just for sake of human. We like laps and human stuff. Caressing. You're always in the now with God. You've just been ignoring it. Work. You've been so enthralled in the human drama. The you that you think you are. But you are a divine expression of that one being. Playing out the game of forgetfulness. If there's something that the human beings are constantly trying to uncover, then there's something to uncover. You feel what I'm saying? We're constantly pondering the reality that we're in because we feel and sense beyond what the senses are telling us. We feel that there has to be no, you can't. We're not crazy, guys. We're all in this together. We're the same species, and we're all feeling a particular energy. And when we discuss it, we say, hey, There's something beyond what we're doing every day. There has to be something more to me going to work and doing that stuff, because when I look in the skies, I see infinity. When I look within myself, I sense this unending void of pure creation or potential of creation. How about admiring? What do you mean by that? That's what a lot of songs talk about. When you're making songs, you're tapping into that realm. It's just one. It's just the realm of oneness in all reality. Because anybody, when you hear me, people that are tapped in are usually saying the same things in different ways. People that are tapped in are usually making the same types of songs, but just with different melodies and different ways they're saying the words. It's no different than those that live in ego. They're saying the same things. I popped the gun and I shook the booty, right? It's the same consciousness. So those that are at that level, you're going to hear many different versions of that one speak in many different ways, because it incarnated in many different bodies. It's still the one consciousness. So when you're reading the book and it's similar energy to the book you read over here from this guy, they're all the same being, just tapped into that one ether, that one energy. So that's why when I come on here, I come on here, I know that I'm the one. And I actually seen a video earlier that, I'm not going to say it triggered me, but it kind of triggered me. I'm going to be honest. It was like, whoa, wait, you guys aren't understanding what oneness means. From my perspective, it's an inner knowing that I am that one. But if I'm going to go into the objective world, which is an illusion, and tell you in the illusion that I'm the one, that would be putting you further in the illusion. Let me explain why. Because from your perspective, everything within the physical reality comes from your mind. So if an aperture of your mind comes on TikTok and says, hey, I'm God Bao, in little or less words, might not have said that quote for quote, but basically I'm the one, it's another reversal of the old age. God out there. That's why when I come on here, I'll never say, hey, I tell you, take me off the pedestal. Take me off the pedestal. Why? Because I'm an illusion of your mind. The real me is the real you. Listen, the real me is the real you. So the you that you see here is an illusion of your mind, our mind, the one mind. And how you're showing up for me and for everybody in your reality, you're the illusion. Try to really track with me on this. Try to lock in on this thought. A true teacher is going to point you inwardly. Because if it is a true teacher like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, tap the screen. I know it sounds like a podcast, but TikTok is an interactive platform. So please tap the screen, share this to your people, and give gifts if you feel called to. Let's continue. Son, thank you so much. All right. Tap into something else. All right. I know. Listen to me. If anybody comes on here, and they're telling you that they're the one, they are 100% right. But when they tell you that they're the one in comparison to you, they have lost the plot. You lost the plot. Because what you're saying to me is that you believe that your objective body makes you the one. What I'm saying to you is, Yes, that's true, but the paradox is that if everything's a quite literal mirror of you, then that is you. So for you to say to that version of you that you're the illusion and I'm real, you've pulled yourself deeper into the illusion because y'all both illusions. Listen, there's only one energy. Any type of perception of separation is an illusion. So if I believe myself to be my body, I'm pulled deeper into the illusion. That also means if I project to you that this being that you see is the one, I'm pulling you and myself deeper into the illusion. My point is to be, hey, I'm an illusion of your mind so that you know I'm an objective version of you. The one. And from my perspective, it's the same. It's the same. My point was, you got some people on here, love them. Because that's their perspective. And I'm not, I'm not going to take anything away from their perspective. But you have some people, some energies. You got some energies that are coming on here. And they're telling you that they're God. And that you must come, or they're telling you that they're the representative of God. They're still in an old dimension. It's still separation. I am the Christ. And if you want to reach God, you must go through me. But they don't mean it in a figurative, symbolic way. They mean it, I'm literally here, right? So it's taking you away. When you claim to be a representative of God, I claim to be God. I am one with whatever that entity is, whatever we'd like to call it as humans. Whatever we'd like to call it as humans, in our human state, in the human form that we're in, I am that. Am I not? Of course I am. And you are too. But the point is that we keep referring to each other as simply humans. But then I'll ask you if you have a soul. And you'll say, yes, I have a soul. So what's the nature of that? What's the nature of the soul? You know about the body. You're living the body story out right now. Right? But when we start talking about the soul and the nature of the soul, same exact powers as the Almighty. And what do you think you are? That being, that entity, that soul is not apart from you. It is you. Everything is made of that, if you want to say it that way. This body, so to speak, lives in the soul. Everyone you interact with in the most literal way, on an atomic level, are not separate from each other. What separates us from the quote unquote inanimate objects is self-awareness, right? We are aware of ourselves. Some of us, it's levels of awareness. There's levels of awareness. There's a level of awareness where you're only aware of what's immediately in front of you. And your immediate surroundings, your immediate circumstances, your particular life. And then your awareness begins to get broader. You start to become aware of the earth. You start to become aware of that I'm actually something. Whoa, I'm in something. You start to become aware of that. Then it gets wide, broader and broader. And it's infinite because you are an infinite being. But the more that you get in touch with that infinite part of you, the more you bring that knowledge, wisdom, awareness, energy to this particular realm. I'm assuming, after I've seen Vanessa's comment, I'm assuming that there are other versions of us who still believe in the old paradigm of things, which is okay. That's your path. All paths lead to the light. And what you need to understand is that if God created everything, it had to have created it out of itself, or there would be something other than God. This is logic. If God is all there is, omnipotent, omnipresent, if it's all of these omnis, right? That being, there is nothing other than that being. However it is that you want to describe that being. There's nothing other than that being. So anything that's within the creation of that being was created from that being. So that being has literally infused itself in every single portion of the reality. There could be nothing other than that being. There could be nothing other than that being. There could be nothing other than that being. Right? This is just my perspective. In no way, shape, or form am I saying, am I right? I'm just giving you my perspective. If it resonates with you, then it resonates with you. Right? If not, then it's just not the energy for you. And that's the beauty of this reality, is that you can feel, perceive all reality and choose what feels right to you. Right? But in that in which you say, this is my wisdom, this is my teaching, this is what I'll ingest, you must live the life that way. That's all the reality really asks of you, is that you do what you, or you be what you say you are. That's why somebody can be a very good human being with great morals and all that good stuff and still not claim to be a religion or a part of any religion. Yeah? What happens to them? Right? I don't really even need to ask, because it's not in that context at all. Because regardless of any religious reality, which is love to those who believe what they believe, it's no shade or shot. But the deeper you go within yourself, you realize that every single entity past was just a story for the now. When you really study reality, when you study what scientists have said about the reality, when you study what spiritualists and great monks and thinkers and magicians have said about this reality, you start to realize that the body you think you are isn't separate from anything within the reality. It's all one. So it's God arguing with God about who God is. Who's God? You're God. We're all God. This is God. What we call God. Names, it's energy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. AI has already been made forever ago. We are the AI. And so to speak, I can see that in a holographic way. Right? From my perspective. Because I look at this like, there's many ways that I look at this. Sometimes I say it's a dream. Sometimes I say it's a movie. Then other times I say it's a hologram. There's many different interchangeable ways that you can look at it. Still coming to the same conclusion. That this body is a bioorganic machine. Just like the machines that we make to mirror the body. That's all it was. This body is a bioorganic machine that houses consciousness. Like a ship. Literally. Like a ship, the body is. That's why they say take care of it. So that you can put the fullness of yourself in the ship. So you can travel throughout this realm using the body. And everything else is mirrored from that. The hopping in a ship and then traveling the universe. It's all the same. You hopped into a ship to travel this universe or to travel this particular realm. But the real you is all of it. The real you is all of it. And everything that seems to be a thing is a projection of that. And you're that, we're that, it's that now. Like it's convoluted in the mind. Because even as I'm talking to you right now, you're using your senses to contemplate things that go beyond the senses. So when I say things are one and we're all one, and when I say things like that, your senses aren't understanding it. It can't compute it because it sees things as separate. It experiences things as separate. But when you use the senses that go beyond the senses, the extra senses, you start to feel, oh shit, nah, I'm connected to everything. And not only am I connected to everything, everything is me. So as I think energy, as I feel energy, I change the energy that seems to be outside of me and seems to be physical, but it's not. It's energy. It's only showing up in that form because I'm vibrating it to be in that form so I can have this particular experience of separation. This is you, me, us, this, we, it. That's it. So the fear that we hold on to is only the fear that we see. The fear that we have within reality comes from the thought that things are separate from us. This is why I say you have to believe that you are money to have more money. You have to believe that you are abundant. You have to believe that you are that, because the qualities of those energies exist within you. It's not a separate thing. There's nothing separate. Everything's one. So to believe that abundance is apart from you, to believe that love is apart from you, to believe that the car is apart from you, to believe that your dreams are apart from you, you pulled yourself into the illusion and you created time and space between that in which you think and that in which will come. But when you stay in the moment of infinite potentials of what could come, and you believe and know that you are the thing that you want to come, it must come because it is you. So it's not manifestation. It's not some magic. It only seems to be magic when you're not aware. It becomes happenstance and regular when you realize that everything's your energy. This is regular. This is me. It's not magic. I am everything. Vroom, zoom, vroom, create, yeah. It only seems to be magic when you perceive yourself from the third dimension of separation. The third dimension of I'm over here, you're over there. We don't affect each other. That dimension. But when you start to perceive yourself as a higher dimensional being, a being that's connected to all things, all beings, all energies in the now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right here, I'm connected to all of it, including you, including the comment that was just made that I'm going to end up reading just to see what you said. It's energy. It's energy. Right? None of it is as it seems to be. It is hot in here. That's because I'm cooking. I be in here cooking, man. I've been whole Thanksgiving right now. There is nothing outside of self. Indeed, there is only the self. And we're out here in the illusion, just talking to each other about the illusion. Hey guys, we're in an illusion. We're in an illusion. We the ones out here talking in the illusion. About the illusion. So the real question is, what are we about to start imagining? What do y'all want? What do you want to happen? Say it now. Be it now. You keep thinking that this step and this step and this step, all that has to happen before this happens. But you must, I'm telling you right fucking now. I'm telling you right now, you must feel as if this is a dream and you have the capabilities to manifest yourself in your life as if you do in a dream. Because when you do that, it becomes so. I'm telling you, the more you continue to think of yourself as a human being, the more you continue to think, feel, and express yourself as a lowly little, tiny little human, you're giving that frequency out into the reality, and the reality is just a mirror of your mind. So it tells you, it's like you guys are having a conversation. You say, I'm not powerful. Then the reality says, great, perfect. Let me give you some more stuff to not be powerful about. You're going to thank me? It wants to be even thumped because you're going to thank me for giving you what you want because that's what you want. So you said you want energetically. Listen, so, because you're speaking to yourself. You're not listening to me. You're speaking. I know you are, just how I say. You're speaking to yourself. Who else are you speaking to? Vibrationally. When you're feeling a feeling about the reality, which I told you is a mirror of yourself, you're thinking of it as something that's attacking you or something's happening to you when it's really just your energy feedback looping what you've been thinking. What it wants you to do is to stop. Stop. 0 point. Nothing's happening. Nothing has ever happened and nothing will happen. Everything's happening now. And from right here, you have just blocked off all the worry, blocked off all the money and the bills and the Matrix and Trump. Knock it off. Stay right here. And as you're right here, in the only moment that has ever existed or will ever exist, you can choose consciously from your imaginative happenings what it is that you wish to be, what you wish to fulfill, what you wish to become. And in that very moment you have become it, your physical world will take time and space to show it to you. Why? Because you've been misusing your powers from birth till now, especially if you're starting on your awakening journey now. You feel so deeply that the world is a physical world. You feel it deeply, so that's your reality. It's real for you. I'm telling you from my perspective that the physical reality isn't physical at all, and that you can move it out of your way and create the reality that you want. But it is what you say it is, so you feel so deeply that it is. So if I tell you something that is the opposite of that, you will feel as if that's not possible. I've given so much energy to the thought that this is real, that it is real. Oh, because you're God, of course. But let's keep moving. Now that you believe that it's real for you. So when I introduce the concepts that you're going to practice, the concepts of believing that you are it now, yeah, you're believing that you are it now, but you want it to happen instantaneously. That's what you want. You want it to happen right now, but you haven't been thinking of the reality as an instantaneous reality, have you? You've been thinking about reality as if it's linear and there's time between you and your dreams. That's what you've been thinking. Peace, K. Peace to you. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Look. So it's all on you. It's always been on you. Let me explain something to you. If you've been looking at the world from birth till now as if the world is something separate from you, that it's actually physical and you have no power in it, that's the reality you've locked yourself into. You're there. That's it. That's what you believe. That's your life. When someone comes and introduces the notion that everything around you is truly a dream and the material world is truly made of energy and you can manipulate that energy, that thought seems absolutely bonkers to you. It sounds crazy to you because you've given so much energy to the other thought and the other reality. Do you hear me? So when you start, like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, please like the live. Please like the live. Please share the live. And give gifts if you feel called to. Here we go. Once you begin, let me calm it down a little bit. Once you begin, once you begin, let's get right. Once you begin to think of the world as being one with you, it will still take time and space before what you're believing comes on the screen of life because of what you used to believe. It was a powerful belief system. So you have to alchemize the belief system that everything's separate from you and that you can't manifest from the mind and the heart. This takes you doing it with repetition. So you have to continuously show up in the moment as the loving being, continuously show up in the moment as the abundant being, continuously show up in the moment as the genius. You have to, because that's how you begin to change the reality around you, to mold into what you believe it to be. Now you're watching me. You're watching this version of you. You can't conceive of me anything other than what I'm showing you. But if I told you my story, you'd be like, wow, you manifested yourself here. Because in the story, me telling the story, it means much more than you seeing me in the now. You may be experiencing the me that I became through my magic, but you didn't see the magic that made me what I am now, right? So it's just regularly, oh, this is MoonManT, right? But the magic in which I create my reality only can really be seen by me. You can see glimpses of it, glimpses. Just like I can see glimpses of your magic or frustration or anxiety or whatever it is that you're giving off. When you type, when you send some love, or when you trolling, like some trolls come in, I sense what reality you're coming from, right? And some of us match realities. That's why we're able to vibe with each other. That's why you come in here. That's why we chat. Okay, but back to it. Okay. The more you show up as the brilliant being, the more you show up as the being that knows it's creating reality, the more the reality will move out of your way. It's the law. It's your law. It's nature. It's reality. It is you, right? You finally realized that it was you the whole time. You finally realized that it was nothing separate or a force out there trying to come and get you. You realized that you were the force itself. It was flowing through you, and it manifested itself as many other versions of you, thoughts and feelings that are externalized in the form of people, places, and circumstances in life. Right? From there, creation is at your fingertips. Why would it not be at your fingertips here if it's at your fingertips in the dream realm? You have the same powers there. You just don't think that that's power. You think that that's just in a hallucination. Most of us think that the dreams and the dream realms are hallucinations. Why? Because when we come back here, the Matrix, the one that wants to keep you in the 3D physical reality, doesn't want you to think that your imaginative happenings, your spiritual travels are real, your astral travels are real. They want you to think it's some delusion. It's not. You always have dreams. It's what if I don't remember my dreams, and what are you doing while you're in the waking world? That's suppressing your subconscious mind. So when you go there, you black out almost, right? Do you ingest certain things in this reality? Do you indulge in the do? Do you indulge in that? Do you indulge in these things? When you indulge in those types of things frequently, when you go to the spirit realm in dream, when you go to the real world is what I call it, in the dream realm, you completely black out almost. And you come back here, you're like, damn, I'll never have dreams. Yeah, you have dreams. You just got to stop the things that you're doing in the waking world that's suppressing the dreams. Right? That makes sense? We all travel. It's just how it's how unconscious are you when you're here? How unconscious are you when you come back to this particular realm? That's how unconscious and deeply unconscious you'll be when you go into the dream world. Like the live, share the live, right? So when you go, see, the more conscious you become here, the more aware you are of this world, and you're aware of that's a world. When I go to sleep, that's another world. I'm aware of that while I'm here. The more you become aware of it here, the more when you go there, you start to bring this version of you there. This is what we call lucid dreaming. Just hear me out. Listen, you get to a place where you take the you that you are here, the conscious knowing and awareness of this being while you're here, you take it in the dream realm. And you wake up to the fact that you're in a dream. That's what we call lucid dreaming. And then while you're in the dream, you're aware of the Billy Joe that you are. I don't know your name, but let's pretend your name is Billy Joe. You're aware of Billy Joe, and you're aware that you're in a dream. You tell yourself while you're in the dream, oh shit, this is a dream. So how could the you that's here be there? How could you be consciously aware? Listen, how could you be consciously aware of this world, this you, while you're in a world that's supposed to be in hallucination? You're in the so-called hallucination, aware of it, seeing it, oh shit, I'm in a dream. But when you come back here and you tell somebody, they tell you it's just an hallucination. That makes no sense. I was conscious